I want to share with you a mod watch, but not the typical SKX. This is the 013 or the mid-size. It's like 38 millimeter. If you're aware or maybe not aware, one does exist and it's definitely smaller than the standard SKX. Standard SKX is like, what, 42 and a half or something like that. I'll get one out towards the end of the video. I forgot to grab it out, but I'll grab it out of the box here in a little bit. But I actually did kind of share this watch on the last Sunday sale video, and it's still around. No one's bought it. I suspect after this video it probably will sell. I think partly because there wasn't really a video of it yet. It probably didn't sell, but my buddy Marc sent this in, and this was, well, this was a build that he did. So let's talk about the case size again. I actually measure 37.9, so it's actually just a touch under 38 case width, not including the crown guards and all that. So 45, just under 45 and a half millimeter lug tip to lug tip, about 13 and a half millimeter thick. That's, I kind of excluded the double dome sapphire crystal. That bubbles up a little bit higher. Might bring it up to like 14, something like that. 20 millimeter lug width, and then this is an aftermarket braid. Well, most of the parts on this thing are aftermarket. Let's talk about the parts that are not aftermarket. Well, the case. The case is not aftermarket. The case back is not aftermarket. Other than that, everything else is pretty much aftermarket. So OEM case, NH35 movement. So the movement has been swapped out, so it does actually hand wind and hack. So if I unscrew the crown here, it's actually really a good crown action on this too. It's because the crown is aftermarket too. It's a Crystal Times with the white S. So it's very stout and solid feeling, nice wind to it. And then even when you pull it out, it hacks, but there's like no movement in that sucker too. It's very stout feeling. So, and then it screws down nicely. So yeah, NH35 movement, Crystal Times crown and stem assembly, the Crystal Times flats. Well, he wrote flat sapphire crystal, but this is a double dome sapphire crystal. I don't know how to pronounce this. This Lucius Itier brushed pilot bezel. So that's, this bezel here is a fixed bezel that's put on there. So, you know, typically you'd have the dive bezel. So this one kind of gives it a nice slope, helps fit under cuffs better, gives it a totally different look. I mean, it changes the watch completely. Has the Degas Sunburst Blue Explorer dial. You can see it there. That's just a great looking dial, and it has a nice applied indices. And then of course it's going to have the triangle, the 369, very simple. And I did notice, and just so you're aware, one of the most difficult things about building a mod watch, at least in my opinion, is contamination. So meaning like little specks. I mean, like you can totally clean it, put it all together, inspect it, it's clean, right? And then wear it, and then all of a sudden, like you'll see a speck. There's like one there, there's a couple. They like hide, and then they come out after you've, you know, built it. So it's not a big deal. You can take it back apart and clean it out. I'm not going to do it, but whoever ends up with it next can do it. It's not a big deal. There's just a couple little specks in there. Sometimes that doesn't even bother people. But so the Degas dial, Degas white Mercedes handset, as you can see there, obviously. And then the strap code V clasp. So this is the strap code Oyster style clasp, fully milled out. It has like 6 micro adjusts there, double pushers. Very simple operation, very clean and easy to use. Let's see. So I think Marc is saying he has about 500 doll hairs into this thing. And I'll put down below if it's for sale still and what the price is, but I don't want to talk about too much in video because it's probably going to be sold. So there it is on my 7 1/4-ish wrist. It's sized a little bit tight for me. I could jump out some micro adjust, but I just didn't feel like doing it. But yeah, I mean, it wears great. And I think it's even easier to get away with the 013, the mid case for the SKX, when you do that fixed bezel, like it, because it's a different watch. It makes it more of a field watch, which typically is a little bit smaller watch with a longer lug to lug. This one has a short lug to lug, but nevertheless. Another interesting thing, I took a UV light, or black light, whatever you want to call it, to look at the loom and check it out. And you know what, I'll try to do it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I always found this just interesting. Yeah, see it? You can kind of see it. So like most of the indices are blue, and then the handset's blue, and then the 3, 6, and 9 are like green. So I thought maybe this thing would have dual lume, but it doesn't. So like when you turn the lights off, it all looks green. So it all looks like it's all just C3 lume or something. So I got excited there for a minute, and then I turned the lights off, and I was like, oh, wow, it's not dual lume. Oh, well, sorry about the interruption there. It's still cool. It's still really good lume. I just thought it was going to be like a dual lume. So I don't know why the phone stopped recording there. You guys probably didn't even notice. But so here it is next to a standard SKX. So you can see, I mean, obviously it's a totally different looking watch to begin with because of the mods. But size-wise, almost the same lug to lug, but it's definitely a smaller case and similar thickness and everything. So interesting build. Thanks, Marc, for sending that in. And I will catch you guys on the next video.